Alright, hello. We are playing more Hades. Continuing on the save file that we started a few videos ago. Still making our way through the storyline. But I think, you know, at this point we're kind of settled into the groove of it, right? Like,
Yeah.
we've seen the dudes. I guess there's another Fury for us to see.
Indeed.
We've started wooing people with our many gifts. Oh, this guy's here now.
Yeah,
He's chilling.
They're kind of like fucking boyfriends, you know?
Yeah, they're quite boyfriendy, but, you know, you can ship across like 18 different axes in this game, so...
That's pretty true.
It's very Greek in that way. I
Incest
appreciate
was really
it.
cool. As far as gods were concerned.
Well,
it was
yeah.
actually kind of encouraged.
Like, did they have genetics? Can we actually say that there was any problem with it whatsoever? Or in fact, was it based in cool?
Astonishingly based, if anything.
We still haven't done anything with this room here, though, that has all of the relics or whatever those are.
Oh, that's just like literally ornamentation.
Oh.
You
I
can
thought
like
these
pay
might be...
to change them out, but like...
They don't actually do anything.
No.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought this was some, like, super late game secret or something.
Sounds as though Nick revived me sometime after I was born. That's quite a bit to take in there. It explains more than a bit, I think. Look, I'm not one to speculate too much.
I think these guys are pretty gay, too.
You'll find the answers.
Because Achilles is, like, Omega gay.
Well, yeah.
And he's got his boyfriend out there.
Yeah, I
but,
was
like,
gonna say, he's got his own things.
Yeah, but exclusively...
When you gift him far long enough, he is like, hey, listen, don't get the wrong idea here, son.
No, interesting, interesting.
Which I think is like kind of hilarious.
He's a little more exclusive than he seems.
Yes. How do I open the...
What do you... Like your menu? This thing?
The codec! It's L1.
So this shows your heart meters with everybody.
Yeah, she's who you gifted.
Others of note. These are just dudes. I like that, you know, we got like Dusa and Skelly, who are pure invention, running around on the same tier as some of the greatest heroes in all of culture.
Skelly's cooler than all of them.
Yeah, Skelly's pretty cool. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. They need Ulysses in this game. Thoughts? Odysseus?
Okay. Yeah.
Now that would be a cool guy, because he's like a curmudgeon and a trickster and is sick of all this shit.
Maybe they'll put him in the sequel.
Oh yeah, yeah. So the sequel's in early access now,
Yeah.
right? Okay, okay.
I know Nemesis is in it. I know you fight like the Titans.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
That liar again. I'm sure nobody here is going to mind. Don't you take care, okay?
When will it be a real game?
I mean, probably in about a year.
Okay, okay. So we have plenty of time to get ready for it.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about it.
And today we are going to be watching the Summer Games Fest.
As much of it as we can see before we have to leave to go to a movie.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any predictions for that?
No, I
Anything
don't.
you expect to see?
I have no expectations. I don't know.
I thought you were like in tune with gaming news. Aren't there always like rumors and leaks and stuff?
I heard there's a rumor that Civ 7 is going to be at it.
Oh, okay. That's actually like a real video game. That's exciting
But,
to me.
Like,
It was not my place to address her.
I don't know. I think in most video game events, unless it's like pre-announced, like you're definitely gonna see a new Final Fantasy or whatever. Like,
None of my business.
I don't know, people get twisted up in knots about Summer Games Fest, about the Game Awards, about Jeff Keighley, and it's just like this is like getting mad at the weather.
Yeah.
This guy has been a professional shill for basically as long as I've been alive.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember watching the Spike VGAs as a child.
These
And people are just like, he's cutting off developers to show more trailers.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was a controversy like last year
Yeah.
at the VGAs.
At the Game Awards, and then this year it leaked that like to get like a minute of trailer time, if you're not a big studio, you have to pay him like $250,000.
Huh. I don't know what I would have estimated. I probably would have estimated less than that.
Yeah,
But that
it is,
doesn't seem like
expensive, but like
it doesn't seem like too crazy to me. Because
it's
this is
I don't know. It's a weird thing where people who are like, and maybe they really do care about indies, are like, you could be giving more time to this, you could be giving more time to that. This is kind of like fucked up, you know? But it's also like, fucking whatever, man. I don't know. Like,
Well, this is an arena where like 3+ extremely rich multi-billion-dollar company, probably Microsoft is encroaching on $1 trillion company now, are competing and spending money and trying to advertise themselves.
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, of course everybody else is going to get drowned out. Of course the amounts of money getting flung around here are going to be in the hundreds of thousands.
Like, I'm not saying it's
Because
good,
they're the
but
ones
it's just,
dictating
like,
the states. Oh, I think it's like very, very bad.
It's like obviously.
I think the industry's like pretty fucked.
It's obviously pretty bad, and it feels like we're on the precipice of another like great collapse, just with like how dev cost and time has ballooned so much.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It used to be. Remember when like a new Final Fantasy would come out like every 1 to 2 years?
Yup.
It hasn't been like that since like 13.
Yeah, no. I mean, even 13 was part of a very slowly slowing era. Oh shit, you got the gun.
Yeah.
This is the final weapon. Time for a gun run?
Yeah, we'll do a gun run.
Bam, 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 bam.
I haven't played any Hades in a long time compared to when we last recorded, so this will be interesting.
Yeah, that's true. Last time you were playing at home, like replaying through the game,
Yeah.
and then you were showing me in the Let's Plays, and now you're just like fresh gaming.
Yeah.
So maybe, yeah, I guess zero heat because this is the first with this weapon.
Yeah.
You got unlocked for that.
But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, like, some game, I'm sure, like, I'm just open to being pleasantly surprised. You have to go into these things
Mm-mm.
and just, like, if
You
you're,
put the bar low.
if you're an adult, like, there's just no reason for you to get this worked up about, like, guy whose entire career has just been, like, trying to be the guy who makes money off of showing trailers.
Mm-hmm.
There's no value in getting mad about him still being that guy, because why would he have ever changed when that's been his career for years? Like,
Yeah, I don't know what kind of arbiter in the industry they expect him to be. It's it's not his fault that
Yeah, I
people
don't
are
know.
offering him hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
it's like people were like, he says he's for games, but he's saying nothing about the layoffs, and it's like, yeah, of
He
course
was probably
isn't.
told not to.
Why would you expect that from him? Like, there's times where it's like, oh, you should like try to put pressure on people to do better, but it's also the way people talk about it, where they're just like, I'm doing fucking activism by tweeting at Jeff Keighley. It's like, you're like wasting your fucking time. Because literally, he's just Jeff Keighley. He's just gonna do the same shit he always does.
Well, the thing is, like, people, they want to be so, like, kind of idealistic and stuff about the video games industry, I think. Because I think they imagine, like, somewhere deep down there must be some passion for gaming. And if only we could make all of these corporate people realize, like,
Well, really,
just how misaligned they are.
Jeff Keighley does have passion for gaming. He just has more passion for money.
Well, yeah. I think that's probably true of a lot of the corpo entities. But then at the very tippy top, they don't have a passion for anything besides money. Like, they literally do not judge these things in any terms besides money. And it's just like, that's just how the system is. That's also true in every other industry. Like, you can't hope that video games get some sort of special, you know, heart-wrenching consideration that people are going to think of the poor gamers and the poor neglected genres and
Yeah, it's just like,
oh,
okay,
maybe we
man.
should abandon all of our unethical practices because gamers have so much passion.
Yeah, like,
No, when has that ever worked? No.
hard waste of time. I don't. It's also. It's just like. I don't know. It's like when people are like, why isn't this celebrity tweeting about Israel Palestine?
Yeah, lose the money.
It's just like, quite frankly, if you care about this issue that much, which like, there's nothing. It's important to care about things, but it's just like, if you like actually want stuff to get done, like organize locally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you care about fucking people doing stuff about video games, then like just go support a fucking union
Yeah.
instead of just spending all your time on Twitter
Tweeting at Jeff Keighley.
tweeting at Jeff Keighley. Which like, yeah, like I don't care if you bully him, he's like dumb and retarded, but it's just like you need to like consider what you're doing with
You are
your
not.
life.
You are not actually waging the war you think you are. You are in the irrelevance zone.
Just again, I don't know, just what's the Unabomber manifesto?
On the, I can't. It's something. It has a cool title. I'm actually kind of disappointed that I can't
Well, I
remember.
remember they had it in the New Smiley Friends episode. When
Yeah,
it was
that's
like
right.
Mr. Frog's campaign platform. All I'm saying is, if you want to help people, there's a cool book full of ideas on what you can do to government officials.
Industrial Society and its Future.
Yeah,
It's iconic.
he had a lot of ideas of what you should be doing to like the people who actually have influence over this stuff, and not just their mouthpieces.
And you know, if the FBI are listening to this, we are not telling you to bomb people. But he had a sense of causality, at least. It was incorrect. I don't know. I think the Unabomber is one
He
of
had
many
beliefs.
people that have a correct view of the problems in society and the symptoms of the problems of society in some sense, but a completely incorrect view of causality.
Yeah,
Had no understanding why these problems were being created,
I mean,
and therefore all of his solutions were extremely inefficient. And
most
he was
people
just...
who are that unwell usually are just like, ah, fuck it, I'll just do anything.
But yeah, it's like we've just, you know, the term late stage capitalism is thrown around a lot because it is apt. We've hit the point of like total folding inwards of financial decisions where the product has been totally abstracted. Market forces have been kind of like devalued and defaithed, such that you just kind of assume people will enjoy any slop as long as you shove it in their faces enough.
And also because of that, cultural cannibalism is at like a human historical peak.
Yup. And it's like, yeah, there's limits to this. You know, Marvel movies aren't pulling in billions of dollars automatically anymore. They still have to kind of pay attention to the idea that there is a market made of people that have preferences and taste and, you know, limitations to what they'll accept. But it's like barely. That's like barely a factor. And they got away with a long time of like just assuming they could do literally anything and people would watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking about this with the class we had earlier this week when he was talking about how, yeah, in the 30s they had all of this production code around movies. They were very censorious, you know, they were very strict about what can and couldn't be shown. And they had to walk this balancing act because they knew the lewd things, the violent things, the scandalous things, that's what people went to the movies to see. And they needed to, like, get away with as much as they could to have successful movies without inciting wrath from moralists and censors and stuff. And nowadays, it's like, there is no war. There is no balancing act. All of these movies are just bland and not full of any sort of sex or violence or anything really scandalous or groundbreaking, just because of market forces. Like, there is no moralist committee saying you can't put lesbians in Marvel movies. They just don't want to because it wouldn't sell. You know?
Yeah.
It's over. Like,
It's over.
I don't know. You can attribute it to so many different forces. Like, obviously, people can see scandalous things on the internet trivially, so it isn't the draw for the box office it used to be. And, you know, the market forces are attributable. But what's, I think, really despairing is that nothing exists outside of the market forces anymore. There is no, like, other layer of culture war that's... Like, I mean, obviously there is a culture war, but it's, like, irrelevant. Like...
There's a very stupid culture war.
Disney is not listening to the culture war. Disney is reviewing financial statements and making a movie via algorithm. I don't know. At least there's indie stuff.
Yeah. Oh, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Kieran's
At least there's sort of like a meta spectacle, I think, to all of this sort of like business culture, you know? Where when you look at the upcoming slate of Disney movies, it's like, oh, this is what they've calculated people will like.
Yeah.
Or if you look at like the top rated shows on Netflix or whatever, it's like, this is what the algorithm has chosen as human profitable culture.
Yeah, well, that was the whole bit in that new Connor O'Malley stand-up special. The stand-up solutions talking about like the Netflix algorithm has detected that Stranger Things fans love Drake, so in the next season he will be there using AI.
Prophetic. Truly prophetic. Or you haven't finished watching Barry, have you?
No.
She'll keep me going.
There's a really, really excellent sequence where
You don't.
you remember Sally,
Yeah, the
aspiring
girl.
actress? Yeah, she has her show picked up by Netflix, and then it's immediately like delisted, taken off the front page, and
It's
they.
the other Fury. We're waiting.
Oh shit! Oh, the Final Fury.
You must be one of Meg's sisters. Nice to finally meet you.
Is this the? We've seen two already.
Yeah, we've seen
Yeah.
Megra and Electo. This is Tisiphone.
Hmm. She's maybe kind of unwell,
Yeah.
not super coherent.
They aren't great, but I'm very, very sure I haven't murdered anyone.
Yeah, because nobody freaking dies around here. What does murder even mean?
So true. That's fucking deep. What does murder even mean?
What does murder even mean?
In our post-industrialist, capitalist, Marxist society?
Well, I mean, there's entities that can kill somebody with intent and cold blood, and it is not charged as murder. So it's actually, you know, unironically a pretty interesting question. You might think I'm talking about cops, and I kind of am, but the more common one is people just fucking mowing each other down on the street in their car. You know how rare it is for somebody to actually be charged with even like vehicular manslaughter if they like run over a pedestrian?
It's really funny that they
It's always
made,
just like, oopsie.
a fake type of murder for when you kill someone with your car.
Yeah. It's, like already that's bullshit, and then
But
they
you
don't
should
even
be-
use that charge very often.
Okay, well, you should be thankful though, because you know who got away with that one? That's
Who?
right, Caitlyn Jenner.
Ah, and if not for her, obviously I never would have been able to transition
Yeah,
because she
she's your-
established all trans rights
Well, you
in
have
the
a,
world.
a tattoo of her on your back.
Oh, don't expose that.
It's like her whole
I've never
face.
mentioned that on YouTube before.
It's her whole face, and she's like spitting a little bit.
All right, at 700 subs, back reveal. See the spit.
Back reveal. See the spit.
See her horking a loogie down my spine.
She's spitting on that old woman she ran over or whatever. It was crazy.
It's actually insane. The fact that she tweeted it was like a happy Pride Month tweet, right? Where
Yeah.
she's like sitting in her car and it's like, lady.
She loves her cars.
She loves her cars, let me tell you. No, the way that the legal system like completely 180s if you're driving a car is just infuriating to me. But what can you do?
I mean, there's one thing you can do to guarantee your safety, which is get in the car.
That's right. Getting a bigger car. Getting the biggest car you can.
A Ford F-350.
Oh shit.
Those shits are huge. Or that Ford Raptor truck.
I still can't believe your
Surprise.
sister's friend's brother-in-law
Yes.
bought. What was it? A
A
350?
Raptor.
A Raptor.
To live in the city of Toronto.
To live in the city of Toronto, where honestly having a car is often a major inconvenience. Like,
Well, specifically to live downtown too, where like
you gotta
there's
spend
actually
so much money.
no space to have a car this big.
Like, I've been looking at condos and stuff. If I wanted one with a permanent parking spot, it adds basically hundreds of dollars per month, at the least.
Yeah,
if
and
it's in like a
also,
real primo location, maybe
you have to
even
make
close
sure
to $1,000.
You have to make sure your fucking car fits in your parking garage.
Yeah, which apparently he didn't.
It like barely
God.
fit. They were like checking every time, like, are we scraping the fucking paint off the top?
Jesus Christ. I don't know, the big truck like psychological complex needs to be like studied intensively
It's like a big
by
truck
eminent
is
professors.
a big truck is like literally useful, but like
Not
you
okay.
don't have use for it in the city.
That kind of big truck though is like not actually that useful because the size increase is mostly in the cab. Like it sits higher and it's wider and it's just generally bigger, but the bed, like the actual capacity of stuff it can haul, is about the same as like any other truck.
So it's
like
just
that doesn't
for-
increase much.
It's just for big people like you.
It's for big idiots.
No, you don't want to get a Ford Raptor truck when you get your license, so you'll fit in it.
Absolutely not. I would have a panic attack every time I tried to drive it.
Why? Okay, but when you're panicking, you'll just look a pedestrian in the eyes and be like, "I'm taking you."
I'm taking you down with me. No, it's actually like basically what these people want is an SUV, but because they've been convinced somehow that they need a truck, they've now made a type of car that's just an SUV with a truck bed strapped to it.
Well, an SUV is kind of fucking gay. I'm pretty sure that's what those fucking husbands from Modern Family drove. And I'm not one
Exactly.
of them.
Game
So,
over. So you need a truck
I need
because
a
you're
fucking
like
Ford Raptor truck.
you're kind of like a cool survivalist guy that, you know, could like live off the land if he needed to.
I was listening to Joe Rogan, and he said that Donald Trump is going to be more popular now that he is a conviction because black people will vote for him. So I kind of see through the lens of the world. I'm kind of like on the other side of the looking glass.
And like I'm kind of an outlaw. This is part of the reason I need the truck. Is that maybe I need to like run from the police and drive across like fields, and it's like really badass.
Yeah,
And
well,
there's
like I would
helicopters
never,
and shit.
I would never follow the law, obviously.
No,
unless
no.
like
The law is for libs.
a cop got really mad at me, and then I'd probably like cry a little bit and like pee my pants and be
Well,
like, "I'm sorry."
That's the thin blue line. That's what's stopping the bad criminals from doing criminal activity. But I'm like a cool, good criminal that doesn't wear his seatbelt.
Yeah, I'm Vic Mackey
And-
from The Shield.
Yeah, I haven't seen The Shield because they talk too much, but yeah, I'm sure that's true.
I haven't seen The Shield because you just haven't seen it.
Well, I'm like in character.
I guess I don't know why that's like broke the illusion for me. I was so worried that you were confusing it with the Marvel show again.
Wait,
I
what?
got like really stressed out.
What's the Marvel show?
Agents of Shield.
Oh.
I remember the first time I told you about the Shield, you went, "Oh, like the Marvel show," and I was like, "No, like one of the best shows ever made." I had
That's sad.
I had a
I
real
think
moment
I
of-
blocked that out.
I had a real moment of panic that like broke it for me.
I think I like hard convinced myself that that ever happened. So that's embarrassing. No, I want to watch The Shield at some point. I've heard much acclaim from it. I think it's Richard's favorite like prestige core show,
Yeah,
which is amazing. For me, Wire
and
is still number one. I'm
Richard
a
has
Wirer.
good taste because he also likes Oz, which is my
That's
favorite
right.
prestige.
Yeah,
core
we
show.
gotta finish watching Oz,
It's
man.
like proto prestige core.
Yeah. Oz is so crazy.
You've only seen like one episode.
I know.
It's already so insane. But
I-
you also
I
like,
gotta
don't
get
even
at
know
it.
how crazy it's gonna get. That's the best part.
I'm very excited.
Oh man.
We gotta watch it, but then we also gotta watch 3 hours in Northern Line every day. So
Yeah.
it's like, what do we do?
That really is like the most difficult thing about trying to keep up with anything is that it's just like, okay, well, there's like 4 wrestling matches at least that happen a day or something that I need to catch up on that I'm
Yeah.
way behind on, and there's new librarian videos.
Yeah, and those are gonna be a laugh. You know, there's probably 2 hours of content of people playing legacy leagues that I'd like to see. You know, see how the metagame's shaking out.
The NBA finals are on right now. The NHL finals start on Saturday. CFL's coming back on Sunday.
I'm about 5 hours behind
Well, I
on
think CFL actually
Anime
started
Club
coming back
Anime.
yesterday. The Argos won Sunday.
Okay. And then there's 3 other series that we're not watching in Anime Club that I gotta get caught up on. There's too much stuff, man.
Yeah, there's
Media is just
I've been reading
outpacing
so
us.
much manga.
Oh,
Sorry.
I've been reading so much manga too.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm in
on
a
Kuroko.
I'm in
Let's
a
go.
manga golden age right now. Kuroko's really good. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like as much as you can complain about the absolute like soulless wasteland that is media production these days, where
We're
like
kind of
movies
getting
and video
epic
games.
content / media from the makers these days.
It's well, like I also think it is like the greatest age in terms of just sheer quantity of stuff coming out that I'm like very interested in and excited about.
Yeah, everything is. I mean, every year is still true is that everything is more accessible than ever. There's always some freaking sweet new show that you can check out that like ticks 12 of your boxes.
Yup.
And with AI, it's gonna get even better.
Anyways. Or just like, I don't know, stuff like scanlation projects.
Yeah.
Scanlation is just getting more and more prevalent. All sorts of classic series. Shima Kosaku, you know, one of the most beloved series in Japan that was totally inaccessible to English readers until like last year is now, we're like maybe 25% of the way through, just off the passion of scanlators. It's amazing. Truly, what a time to be alive. And then also, what a time for everything to just turn into a horrible business.
At the same time, Crunchyroll is like choking out the anime industry.
Yeah. I mean, that one's sad, but at least if you know how to pirate, it's like, doesn't matter at all.
You don't even need to know how to pirate. There's still so many free sites.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Kiss Anime or whatever.
Yeah.
I have never in my entire life used one of those.
Really? Never?
Never.
Were you always just on trackers?
Yep.
That's crazy.
I had a brief like LimeWire phase. If you remember LimeWire.
Yeah. No, I
was like where I
used hella LimeWire.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man. Because I had a feeling of like, oh, LimeWire sucks now. And that's when I learned how to torrent. So for you to come back into LimeWire, I feel like that must have been like a real lawless zone.
I mean, I don't know. I was so young when I used LimeWire, and then I started using like Demonoid.
Yeah, Demonoid, that was a classic. The only time my computer has ever even accessed one of those Kiss Anime type sites was when David She was living with me. I came home and he was watching Evangelion on one of them.
And
I was like,
really
what the
mad?
fuck is this? Yeah, I got mad. Because, like, I don't know, because I'm so elite and elitist about piracy, and I always have been using these, like, private sites and stuff, I have become, like, almost grandma-esque in my understanding of, like, public sites. That I'm like, are you getting a virus? Did it make you install anything? Like, I don't know. I don't know how these things work. So yeah, I showed him, I was like, look, I already have this series downloaded on my computer. Like, you just have to go here and play it, and it's already here. But oh well. What were we talking about before this? I had something pertinent I wanted to say about, like, vehicular manslaughter or something.
Something pertinent to say about vehicular manslaughter.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to get my driver's license again soon.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seriously driven since I was like 20, I think, was the last year I actually drove a lot. I always hated driving. It always made me extremely stressed and nervous and freaked out. But then looking back at it, I was extremely stressed and nervous about freaked out about almost everything back then. So I kind of just hope it'll like be better now, you know?
Well, even if it still is like that, it's only like that you're stressed and nervous and freaked out about.
Yeah.
Just like I'm behind the wheel and panic spiraling because I'm like, oh, fucking One Piece. I'm never gonna be Nico Robin. It's over. Then you wrap it around the tree, you know.
I want it to be Nami more than Nico Robin.
I mean, they both have huge tits.
Well, yeah, it's kind of, you know, either way, it's great, but...
I think, I don't know, you're just fucking autistic, so I was like kind of a Nico Robin girlfriend.
Nico Robin, her life is too hard.
That's pretty true.
I mean, Nami's life is hella hard too, but like, she seems to kind of just be chilling more. I don't know. At any rate, yeah, I'm like fairly confident in the prospect of driving again. I just have been emphasizing to myself, like, really, like, any moron can drive, like...
I'm sure I could drive if I learned.
Yeah, it's like, it really isn't that hard. It seems hard, but then everyone just does it, and somehow they make it work.
Considering the amount of people who should not be driving that can drive in Toronto, I'm sure it'll be very easy for you to get your license.
I hope so. I hope so. And then the plan is, you know, never to ever drive downtown ever.
Well, that's pretty hard because you
fuck
live
that.
downtown.
Well, no, I don't. I would say I have like an escape route from downtown.
I mean, you're close enough to like the DV.
Yeah, where basically I think pretty much all of my driving will be just turn down Bloor and go on the DVP.
Yeah,
and
not
then
to
I'm, like,
dox
done.
the fuck out of you online, but
Well, no, there's a lot of people that live in the area that I just described, so I'm okay.
yeah, this is like a pretty dense area.
If I see somebody wandering the streets outside my balcony shouting, "Where's Keatsta? I demand blood," then I'll know I fucked up.
Well, honestly, that would be kind of flattering, wouldn't it?
A little, but I wouldn't want to go outside either, which would be inconvenient.
That's pretty true. Well, I don't know, you know.
It's
Just food for thought.
But yeah, I feel like the DVP, it's annoying to drive on because it's usually really busy, but then it's like slow, you know? And you're not gonna like insta-kill yourself because you're just kind of crawling along with traffic. And then we pop out in Costco. And then bing bam boom, we're at Costco. Or any of the other excellent supermarkets up in North Toronto.
Go to the west end, go to the east end, to the north, go south, drive to Sudbury.
We can't really go very south. That's like a lake.
Well,
But yeah, I feel you. I don't want to go to Sudbury either. I don't know if you thought that was like going to happen.
no, but sometimes you gotta sneak and just see.
That's a long drive.
Yeah, it's like a 5-hour drive.
That's kind of brutal.
Well, we'll just build up your strength.
I mean, I have driven. What's the longest I've ever driven at once? Probably close to 5 hours. And like once you get on the country highways and stuff, it's like actually very nice.
It's like pretty chill.
It's really pretty, you know, the scenery and very low like input required. You're just chilling. So I don't know. Maybe it's not impossible. I just need to be sold on Sudbury as a place I want to visit.
Yeah.
There's the Big Nickel. There's
Well-
the Science Center.
What do I need to sell you on more than a big nickel and a science center?
I mean, the Science Center is pretty cool.
It's where Shoresy is set. You love that show.
Oh, that's true. That's
I
true.
always talk about how there's tons of hot women in Sudbury.
Yeah, I mean,
like
we
hot
can.
women?
I do like hot women. Could go to one of the locations featured in Shoresy. That'd be kind of
Let's
exciting.
hope we can go to Peppy Panini.
Yeah, they make a good panini, according to Shoresy.
I don't know if that's a real restaurant or just a big one for the show.
Well, we can get a panini at any rate, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, probably.
The whole city has no paninis. They're cooked.
That would-
We've made a mistake going
That
there.
would be shocking.
What do you think of this run so far, by the way?
It feels less bad than it did earlier.
Yeah, I feel like your DPS kind of cranked up recently.
Yeah, getting
Make
the
this,
like no
more doable.
reload 3-bolt burst on top of the like every time I attack the doom damage goes up helped.
You kind of got the Halo battle rifle now. Remember that thing?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Sudbury, I haven't been there since I was a kid, so might be fun.
Might be fun.
I don't know if I'd like know anybody that lives up there.
Well,
I could visit.
why do you need to know anybody?
I don't know. It's just kind of it's nice to think about. Oh, do I know anybody in this location? So you can say a little hello. Oh, you know where we can go?
Where?
Angus. Do you know Angus, Ontario?
No.
Of course you don't. It's like a town of like 10,000 people.
What's
But
there?
they have an arcade, Pixel Paradise.
Oh,
That actually
you
has-
told me about this.
Yeah, it's like crazy.
It's like the best arcade in the province or
I
something.
think it's the best arcade in the province. They have a DDR cab, a pump cab, a Guitar Freaks cab, which is extremely rare in North America.
What the fuck is
They-
Guitar Freaks?
It's the game that was ripped off to make Guitar Hero.
Oh, wow.
It's basically just Konami's Guitar Hero.
And does it just have like shitty Konami music in it?
No, it actually has some pretty cool, like, classic rock and roll.
Oh, okay.
What do I know is in there for sure? They added Dragon Force, but that was only after it was such a hit in Guitar Hero.
Yeah, well,
They have, like, a lot of T-Rex songs for some
Oh.
reason, which is pretty beast. I remember I had a real T-Rex phase because it was featured in 20th Century Boys. And I think
Ooh,
also
yeah.
because it was featured in 20th Century Boys, it was in Guitar Freaks. So I was playing that one time. But I don't know. Yeah, we should check out the song listing. I think there's some stuff in there you'd find interesting. And then the real cool thing comes out. There was also a game, Drum Mania. And if you loaded them both up at the same time, you could play, like, the same song together
Oh, that's cool.
on both instruments. Yeah, yeah. Drum Mania is so fucking hard, though. It's like 9 inputs.
No, it's just like a full drum
It's
kit.
an actual, like, full drum kit.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
It's really cool, though. Much like high-level Drum Mania. They go crazy. So yeah, they got Guitar Freaks. I don't think they have Drum Mania, but Guitar Freaks alone is like, I don't know anywhere else in Ontario that has that. And they have Tunithum, which is one of the hot, new-ish rhythm games. Again, I don't think it exists anywhere in Ontario besides Angus for some reason. It's very strange. It's just, you know, the passion project of this guy that lives out there. And, like, the problem is, you know, people have these cabs and they want them to go somewhere public and make them money and stuff. And there's actually not that many places in Toronto that will take them. Like, there's the private arcade, which is also a very, very cool project, Toronto Evolved.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out Toronto Evolved. But they only have so much space, and a lot of people want their cab to go somewhere like public. And then there's places like Free Play, which took like 1 cab, and then we're kind of like, oh, this whole rhythm game thing is more trouble than it's worth. Because they would much rather cater to like students that just want to show up and like drink a bunch and play like Pac-Man or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like random ass like normie games, than like a bunch of sweaty people that will play only 1 game, take it extremely seriously, only order water. So there's not much appeal to like, same with like Rec Room and stuff, they all have kind of the same philosophy.
Yeah, it's all very just like cater to millennials.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about like
And as a millennial,
weird rhythm game sociopaths. It's about having a night out with your friends, which is of course disgusting.
yeah, no. I mean, you can have a night out with your friends anywhere. Why do you need to to sully the good name of arcades? That's where the freaks come out. That's where the vampires hang out.
Waterloo.
And then, like, there was this place, Waves, which was like an esports place, which was very, very open to taking rhythm game arcade cabs. And for a while, there was like a Poppin' cab there and an ITG cab. And of course, you know, if we wanted to make this video extremely boring, I could go into the provenance of all those cabs. I know, like, where they came from and the chain of ownership and stuff. But at any rate, that place shut down.
Rest in peace.
Most of these esports venues that have the amount of space required to host arcade machines do not last long. Which is unfortunate, but that's just how Toronto goes.
Yeah.
So you get a situation where somebody buys like a Tunithum cab, spends like 10K to bring it over from Japan, is looking for a good place to house it, and the best offer they get is in frickin' Fergus.
Angus.
Angus. Yeah, Fergus is another place. Fergus is just north of Waterloo. They have a really good Indian restaurant.
Some other fucking Southern Ontario dumpster, my bad.
Yeah, you know, it's easy to get these mixed up. Yeah, we could go there. I think it's like a 1.5 hour drive from here, Angus. Kind of worth.
Kind of work.
Kind of worth. Play some Chuny. I don't know. I know my friend Vincent is actually trying to start a public Toronto arcade. He's got a few partners in this. They're sending out surveys and stuff. I don't know what's gonna happen because also Vincent just talks constantly about moving back to California.
I thought he was moving back to California.
I think it's like pretty likely that he will. So I don't know. Like, is he just still gonna try to make the arcade happen?
Who knows?
Who knows? I am not counting on it.
I guess we'll just have to pray about it.
I guess we'll just have to pray about it. Pray to the gods of rhythm gaming.
I am Chris for life. Nathan 8.
Did you know there's a new DDR coming soon?
No.
Yeah. So
Is this like a big deal?
it's kind of a big deal, because, you know, the way these rhythm games works is there's usually a new version every year or two.
Yeah.
But they usually just kind of like iterate. At least in DDR's case, it went like A, A2, A3, A3 2022 mix.
So it's just like Just Dance or something. Where it's
Yeah.
just like the same shit, but now you can play We Know Speak Americano.
Yeah. Ba 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 da 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 da. Is that what that song? That's that song, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Now they are doing DDR World.
Oh.
And it's like brand new aesthetic, brand new theme, redoing all the UI, adding a whole bunch of like quality of life features.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's like a pretty big deal. The irony, of course, is it's called DDR World, and probably no place outside of Japan and like Singapore will get it for like 2 years.
Wow.
That's that's how it goes.
That's the Konami guarantee.
Yup. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. The DDR-A aesthetic didn't really do too much for me. It just felt very like bland, kind of futuristic-y. Curious what the DDR World theming will be like.
Gotta have more anime girls.
Okay, that is the one thing we do know. They unveiled some anime mascots for it.
God.
Because that was like one area where DDR was lacking compared
Falling
to the other
behind everyone
Konami
else.
games. Sound Voltex is like mostly a waifu game now, I would say. To its credit, a lot of the Sega rhythm games are not at all like waifu based. Like Chunatham is just like animals and stuff. Like it's actually just cute.
Maybe I should check out the passageways before I leave.
Oh, did you get the meat first try or second try?
Second try. I'm
Nice,
still gonna go
nice.
with Artemis Spoon. Also, because if I run into a buying fountain, I can buy back my debt tonight.
Ah, that would be good. Get another life. But yeah, I don't know. I can ramble about rhythm games all day. The long and short of it is I do not get the opportunity to play them as much as I'd like. It's just a shame. And I think if you ever want to really sell me on the idea of buying a house, you just got to talk about rhythm games all the time.
Oh my God. Come on, babe, we can get a Guitar Freaks cabinet just for us.
That'd be pretty cool. You know, it's the home arcade. It's a pretty beautiful dream.
Oh yeah, you had it for a little bit when
I
you had
did.
your Tycho machine in the barn.
I got a Tycho machine for a while. I lived with an ITG cab for a long time. You know, I've been in houses that had various controllers and stuff. It's like sweet.
I've been in houses that have had controllers.
The only thing is, like, in all of these situations, there is always somebody else that was the actual maintenance expert and would, like, fix it and fine-tune it and stuff. That was never my responsibility.
We could probably figure that
I mean, it can't. I don't think it's that hard.
out.
It just seems tedious.
Electronics are more difficult, but
Well, for like ITG cabs, the biggest thing is like opening it up, cleaning it out, making sure all the sensors are where they should be, some calibration and stuff. And it's like not bad. It's just very tedious to like unscrew the whole thing, screw it all back together.
Let's see what's in here.
And then the software stuff is like, it can be kind of finicky, because basically, it's actually a pretty cool like scene, but it's just this never-ending war between. No good? Yes good?
no good.
No deathified.
Yeah, no blessing of sticks or whatever.
It's just this never-ending war between hackers and Konami to let you play these games outside of their official networks by using like fake spoof networks. So it's all pretty neat to learn about, and I don't think it's actually that hard. Like you just follow tutorials, but it's like finicky, you know, like a lot
Yeah.
of weird stuff can go wrong. And the other thing with having the home arcade is probably annoying people will be coming by a lot.
Well, like, I kind of... There are days where I just really like on Halo Life. I'm like, I don't want people coming to my house more than, like, once or twice a month.
Which is not unreasonable, you know? Your home has to be your sanctuary.
I do not need all your smelly rhythm game friends coming around. I don't want George in my home.
Well, George already has his own setup, so that's not a problem.
Play on your own setup, Peak. I don't want to see you around those parts.
This is why the rhythm game garage is pretty sweet. Because then they
like,
just go in the garage.
It's like the man cave.
You don't
It's
even
like, you have
need to
fun
know they're
watching your
there.
Sports out there, husband. I'm
Yeah.
busy fucking smoking crack.
Yeah, you can be in the crack smoking room.
I'm in
This is
my
the beauty of the
crack
house.
room.
Whole crack room, rhythm game room,
Whole crack room.
maybe
Oh,
crack
wowza.
room B in case
feel like
crack
you're-
room A is too busy.
You're selling yourself on the house.
The more I talk about it, crack room A and B, that got me going. The idea that we wouldn't be limited to one crack room, my god. You're poisoned, buddy. Okay, you're good. Good.
Clears when you beat the room. I was on my way over to be not poisoned, but. Just had to clear everything. Once again, maybe in this one.
See, I think Michael and Haley, their house has a really nice setup. They each have their, like, office space, you know. They have multiple, like, tiers of living room for different types of hangout. They got the weightlifting shed, which could be the rhythm game shed.
Oh yeah, better you have to go outside.
You can't even hear.
And that's really like my biggest issue with the home arcade is that I think all rhythm game music is like impossibly annoying.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to hear just like.
Oh, that sounded like heat. I'm glad we recorded that.
Oh, I gotta sample that.
I gotta sample that later. You're on some DJ shrapnel type shit right there.
I don't want to hear fucking Toho music when I'm trying to relax. I want to hear Batista theme 2006.
There's this moment I'll never forget when I was living in the party mansion, the aptly named party mansion, and I went into Adam's room, which was directly below Chloe's room.
Oh no.
And he said, "You've been listening to any good music lately?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know," and maybe name some like rappers or something. And he's like, "That's cool. I've been listening to a lot of loud Toho remixes." And he just kind of like looked up. I was like, "Oh, good luck with that, buddy."
That's tragic.
Cerberus moves for no one, but for Satyr-Sax.
This is kind of like a Scooby-Doo type thing, I guess. He does it for a Satyr sack.
Oh
instead
yeah.
of a Scooby snack.
Instead of a Snoopy
It's
snack.
Snoopy snack.
Row, 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 row. Thank you, Pat Sajak. It's so fucked up that he's getting replaced by Ryan Seacrest.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh man, that's a real changing of the guard.
that's weird.
That's weird.
He's like,
You know now what you're doing.
Cause like not just for Pat
sorry, I
Sajak.
shouldn't be skipping this. This is like
Oh.
actual story.
Oh
not
shit!
just
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Underworld renovations, and I'll be in tip-top shape once they're complete.
Okay.
Would that we had a little more support. The renovations could have been complete by now. As ever, you think only of yourself. But if you must insist like this, then you will find me
I just think it's interesting, like making the gameplay mechanics part of this theme of like eternal recurrence and this kind of drudgery of life in the underworld, and you know, him waiting for you every single time. Well, that's just because that's how the game works. But then it makes it into this like really kind of bleak, like
He's trying to gatekeep you from leaving.
on the surface realm where you were slain.
I thought you were yourself.
Darkness.
I gonna say about houses or Toho music or something?
You're just talking about how Adam hated having to listen to Chloe's Toho music all the time.
Yeah, we can avoid such a situation.
You guys listening to the new Kendrick album? That's awesome. I haven't.
I've
been listening
to
to fucking Cerno's Perfect Math class on a loop because my retarded girlfriend is trying to get an SS.
you can play rhythm games with headphones, you know. Then all you would hear is just like.
That's like way easier to block out.
Yeah, it's not too bad. And maybe fuck.
Well,
no.
you would be hearing that way more from me anyways. That would just see like something I disliked in a wrestling match and suddenly just go like, ah!
Did you know that during ITG, screaming is like part of the meta?
What, like when you play competitively?
Well, pretty much everyone seems to do it. There's some great videos called like ITG scream compilation and stuff.
ITG scream.
Because it's basically a game where you are trying to push your body to its absolute limits in terms of like speed and stamina.
So you're already just like...
So you're super keyed up, yeah. And then I honestly think it helps. Like, something gets released and you get more energized when you just scream. I've done it. I've done it many times when I need to.
Sure.
There's probably videos out there of me doing it too. It's okay, it's okay. You got a few more lives.
Almost there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like something really primal in the human condition, I think. It's the sort of shit ancient person would do from running from bears. Nice job.
That was a bit of a grind, but we got there.
Yeah, like you've definitely had higher DPS builds, but we made it happen.
I think...
Now we can go see Mom.
We ramped up a little bit at the end, especially with the like, special bonuses. That helped.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of super rare abilities that we got. We only got like a couple epics, and they were both kind of useless. Like that helped. But, like otherwise, I don't know, like Curse of Agony.
Yeah, he didn't really have too much Doom payoff either.
Not really whipping things up there.
Yeah. Oh well, a win's a win.
We got through it. That's the important part.
Mm-hmm. Got some Titan blood.
Okay, well, we don't need to do that.
You know what song that is?
That's Bad Apple.
That's Bad Apple.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because they modded it into Punch Out. The guy like was breaking his game.
Yeah.
Playing Bad Apple for all the music and giving Glass Joe cat ears.
I wish we had recorded somehow when you beat the first fight and the coach was talking to you in like demon tongues.
Oh, it was after the first round.
It was just
When he was
lagging
giving
and
you like
stuttering
a
so
mid-round
badly.
pep talk, and he was like, "You can, if you hit the block, your health will go down."
You left, I couldn't help but think the worst about what happened after I had left, or soon before. You mentioned Nyx. You don't suppose that she and Hades wanted me out of the way?
I just don't think that can be. Though let me ask you, how long did you know Father? And for that matter, did they seem trustworthy?
Yes. I knew them long enough to have decided yes, that they were trustworthy. As
It's
much
like
as
weird
I
to think about the
remember.
timescales of these immortals and
I also
stuff.
know never to be
Like, does that
trusted
mean,
to
oh, I knew them
afford
for 13,000 years?
something.
Or I knew them since last October.
Since neither of them is being forthcoming with me even now, right? And yet, I have this feeling something else is going on, Mother. The way that Father speaks of you, the way Nyx speaks of you, I think they care for you.
Good.
Well, they have a funny way of showing it, I think. Your father, so you have to get through him each time you visit me?
I do. Mother, what if Father thinks that he's protecting you? Have you considered that?
You don't have to live in this dungy old piece of shit place. I will make myself the villain and trick you so that you can have a nice outdoor life.
Mother,
Something like that.
Have you considered that OVO is working for me?
Oh!
Why, Zagreus, what do you mean by that? As you can see, I can fend for myself.
Oh, excuse me.
Well,
You're bleeding there, buddy.
you're from Olympus,
Ugh.
aren't you?
Yeah, this is from a mosquito bite.
Gods
Picking at your
so
Picking at
scabs?
it. Picking at my scab.
So,
Oh well, it's not too much.
What? How would you know something like that? Zagreus?
Wait, what was it that he knew?
Curse the fates.
I don't.
Ah!
I thought you read it.
No, I was looking at my scab.
I,
Oh well.
I won't
I-
be long.
We'll find out next time.
That sort of information is repeated. It's fine.
And you will also find out next time
Holy,
on the next episode of Let's Play Hades.
holy crap.